Hello world, this is Siraj. Welcome to this MacTex. In our last video, we discussed how to import, export, add, edit and delete customers and suppliers. In this video, we are going to discuss how to create purchase and stock return documents and view stock history. So let's get started. As usual, we'll go to the menu and we'll click on the management. If I click on the management, we'll be getting this usual window, and here we are going to discuss the documents. Okay, and if I click on this documents, we'll be getting this dialog box. Here we can see the documents that we have prepared. Okay, and we will come that part later. Okay, and first I'm going to discuss the type of documents we are going to prepare. Here we have add button. We'll click on this add button. If I click on this add button, we will be getting this dialog box. In this dialog box, we are having 4 types of documents. First we have the expenses. Second we have sales. Third one we have inventory, and the last one we have loss. Here we have to understand one thing, the number. Okay, here we have the purchase start with 100. Okay, and here we have stock return start with 120. So whenever you are going to prepare a document, or if you have prepared a document and you can see the document number, okay, and you can realize what kind of document it is. Okay, so here if we have documents starting with 100, so we can say that is purchase document. If I see a document starts with 120, so I can say that is stock return. Okay, like that. We have sales start with 200 series, 200 for sales, 220 for return, 230 for pro forma invoices. The third one we have inventory. We can do inventory count here. Inventory count start with the series number 300. Okay, like that. The last one we have loss, and we can register the loss and damage under the series 400. We will be familiar whenever we are going to discuss each and every document. Here we'll come to the expense. I'm going to prepare a purchase document, so we'll come to the expense group, and here we have 100 purchase. Okay, that's fine. Then I can click on the OK button. If I click on the OK button, I will be getting this window. Here we have the number. This is document number. Here you can see 100. Okay, so this 100 says here we are going to prepare a purchase document. Okay, purchase document. Then we have to state if there is any external documents related with this document. So I don't want to give any document number. So directly we will go to the next field. So here I have to select the vendor. So here let's leave as it is, ARM Tech. So I'm going to purchase product from this particular company. Next we can set the date of document, and we can set the due dates. So when you are going to pay the amount. Next we can set the stock date, when it's going to be updated. Okay, you can set the date and time. Okay, that's fine. And next we have to select the product. I'm going to purchase 2 products. Okay, so I'm going to type the product number here. I'm going to type 1031. Okay, I'm going to purchase this headphone. So I can double click on this one, and I will be getting this context menu. And here in this menu we have to specify the quantity that I'm going to purchase. So I'm going to give number 10. I'm going to purchase 10 quantity here, and if there is any discounts given by this supplier or vendor, you can specify the discount here. Else you can go to the last command OK, then you can click on the OK button, then you can get the product here. Okay, one product is added, and I'm going to add one more product. I'm going to type the product ID 1169, and here you can see option perfection V39 scanner. So I'm going to double click as usual, and here I'm going to purchase 15 scanners. Okay, and we'll click OK. Okay, there we have. So we are going to purchase 1031 and 1169 products from this ARM check. Okay, so once we have set up all of these, finally we can come to this save, and here we have a combo. Here we can save, or we can use the shortcut key Ctrl+S, or we can click on this save and close to save this document and close this document. So we will save this document here, and document successfully saved. Now we'll check whether these products are updated under the stock. So we'll go to the stock, and here you can see the typical window. Here you can see all of the products and the quantities, okay, and the cost and all of the other details. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to type the product code 1031, and there you can see the products, and here we have the quantity 10 is updated. Okay, that's quite nice. And further we can check the history. We can check the history. To check the history, stock history, you can right click, you can get the context menu, and here we have stock history, and you can click on the stock history, and there we have the stock history dialog box. Okay, here we have no any items. Okay, here you have to specify the starting date and ending date to get the history, and here we have refresh button. So we'll click refresh, and there you can see the history. So we have purchase under this document. So here we can see the number 100, so that is a purchase document, and we have purchased from ARM check on this particular date, and stock is updated on this date and time, and here we have 10 quantity. That's quite nice. So we'll come back and we'll go back to the documents. Okay, now you know how to purchase. Okay, that's fine. Now we will close this document, and we'll click on the add button. Okay, now we have purchased 10 product from 1031 and 15 product from 1169. Okay, now let's see how to return these products. So let's say out of these 10 and 15 products, some of the products are not satisfied with our guideline, so we'll be able to return that. So we will go to the expense, and here we have stock return. Stock return starts with 120. So we'll click OK to get the stock return documents, and there we have 120 in the number, document number. So you can see the 120 here, and here we are going to return the product to the same vendor. Okay, that's quite easy as default setting, and here we can set the date and due date. Okay, let's leave as it is. Okay, and here we can type the product code. I'm going to return the product 1031. Here we have the headphone, and we'll double click, and here we have to type the quantity that we are going to return. I'm going to return, let's say, 2 products. Okay, 2 quantities on this headphone. So 2 products are not in our same guideline, so we are going to return that 2 quantities. So we'll click OK to register. Okay, that's come here, that's fine. Again we are going to return another 3 products in 1169. So here we have scanner. We purchased 15 product already, and now we are going to return 5 products. Let's say 5 products, we are going to return 5 products. So we will double click, and here I'm going to type number 5, and we'll click OK, and there we have 5. And here we can see the sum total, and we will save. And document successfully saved. Okay, as we have done earlier, we'll go to the stock and we'll search the product. So here we have 10, and we will click on this refresh button to refresh, and we will type the product code, and here we have headphone 8. Why? We purchased 10 product, and now we return 2, and now the latest quantity is 8. Okay, like that we have another product. We have 1169. Okay, 1169 we have purchased 15 products and returned 5 from that 15, and now we have only 10. Okay, like that we can go to the context menu. We can right click and you can get the context menu, and here you can see the stock history, and you can click on the stock history, and there you have the typical window, and we can click on the refresh, and here we have the stock history. Okay, here we have 100, that is a purchase document, and we purchased 15, and stock return, there you can see the -5, and the latest quantity or in stock we have 10. Okay, like that we can get to know all of the history for each product. Okay, so that's another welcome features in Aronium point of sale system. And further, if we want to convert or if we want to export these data into Excel, we can click here and we can export into Microsoft Excel document, or we can save as PDF, or we can directly print this document, or we can directly print this history as a hard copy. We'll come back and we'll go back to the documents. Okay, that's fine. Now we know how to create purchase document and stock return. So that's all I want to discuss in this video. Hope you all have enjoyed this video. If you love this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you are new to this channel, click the subscribe button and don't forget to click the ring bell. Then you will be get notified to my brand new videos. Thank you very much guys. We'll meet in the next video. Goodbye for now.